93% of online shoppers say that product images influence their buying decision more than price or even shipping costs. So the real problem isn't AI. It's using AI without the process. I know that AI has been unsettling for creative industry. The answer isn't really to avoid it. It's learning how to use it to your advantage. Today, I want to talk about something I've been getting a lot of questions about, and that's how I actually use AI to create graphics for Amazon listings. Whether you're an Amazon seller trying to improve your product images, or a designer figuring out where AI fits into your workflow, this video is for you. Because I've tested a lot of different approaches and I want to show you the combination that's actually been working out for me. The tools I mainly use are ChatGPT, Gemini, Adobe Firefly, and Photoshop. And the biggest thing I've learned is that there's no one size fits all here. What works for one product won't always work for another. So I'm going to walk you through my full process, the research, the prompting, the design, and share a few things most sellers would overlook. Let's get into it. Here's the issue I see with a lot of sellers. Some hire a designer without really knowing what makes an Amazon image convert. Some try to figure out themselves, which takes forever. And then there's the group that discovered AI tools and thought to themselves, great, I'll just generate everything and post it there. The last one is where things could go wrong. When you take AI generated image and post it directly, it looks like AI. And your customers can tell. On a platform where you have maybe 2 seconds to stop someone from scrolling, that matters a lot because trust is everything. Here's a stat worth knowing. 93% of online shoppers say that product images influence their buying decision more than price or even shipping costs. Your images aren't just a decoration, they're doing the selling for you. So the real problem isn't AI, it's using AI without the process, without knowing how to take what it gives you and turn it into something that looks polished and human. That gap alone is exactly what I want to help you close. And I'll say this directly to any designers watching. I know that AI has been unsettling for creative industry. I empathize with you, but the way I see it is that the answer isn't really to avoid it. It's learning how to use it to your advantage, and I'll show you exactly how I do that. Alright, here's the actual workflow. It comes down to 3 things working together: manual research, AI tools, and Photoshop. Not one, but all 3 of them. Step 1. Research your competitors properly. Start by looking up your main keyword on Amazon using Helium 10 to find the top selling products. These are your benchmarks. But here's something most people would skip. Don't just look at who has the most sales. You check their star rating too rather. If a competitor is selling well but has a low rating, that actually means there's a gap between what their listing promises and what the product actually delivers. That's not who you want to copy. You want to benchmark against someone with strong sales but with a 4.7 stars or even better. Those are the listings that actually doing everything right. So once you've got your benchmark, look at their negative reviews. That's where your customers are telling you exactly what's missing. So, what confuses them, what disappoints them. If you can address those pain points into your own images, you are already ahead of the game. Now, when you study their carousel of photos, don't just think, oh, these are nice images. Think about what job each image is doing. One builds trust, then one shows the product in use, one covers features and benefits, one shows the dimension, size, or scale. Every slot should be answering a specific question your customer has, like slides in a pitch deck. So together, by the time they reach the last image, they should feel ready to buy. Expert tip: only benchmark competitors with 4.7 higher or low ratings usually mean misleading listing, not something to copy. Step 2. Know the specs before you start designing. Before anything else, let's talk about specs or specifications, because skipping this can actually get your listing removed from search. Your main image number 1, has a strict rules. Pure white background, no text, no logos, no graphics. The product needs to fill at least 85% of the frame, and nothing can be cropped out. Break those rules and Amazon can suppress your listing entirely. Images 2 through 7 are where you have the creative freedom. Infographics, lifestyle shots, comparison charts, text overlays. That's where everything we're talking about today actually applies. For resolution, aim for 2000 by 2000 pixels. That activates the zoom feature, which genuinely helps with conversions. JPEG format under 10 megabytes. Simple but worth getting right from the start. Step 3. Use ChatGPT to build your design concept. Once you've done your research, take your product's 5 bullet points, the features and benefits, and paste them into ChatGPT. Ask it to describe what an Amazon image for your product could look like. What layout, what headline, what feel. The output is going to look like AI. That's fine. You're not using it as your final design. You're using it as a starting point. It's like a mood board. It helps you get clear on the direction where you start building anything. One thing I've also started doing is pulling a copy straight from a competitor reviews, real phrases that buyers use to describe the product, then I work that language into my image headlines and subtexts. If a customer wrote it, it already resonates with your target audience. So, when they see it into your listing, it feels familiar, it converts better. Pro tip: pull real language from customer reviews. For your image headlines, your customers already told you what works, so use it to your advantage. Step 4. Generate images with Gemini and Adobe Firefly. Once I have the concept, I move into the Gemini and Adobe Firefly for actual image generation. This is where your prompts really matter. Here's an example of what you can write. Create a high quality Amazon lifestyle or product image based on the reference image. Then, end quote. Then I paste my product photo, then I add the product description, something like all season, outdoor chair set, durable, water resistant, wood with protective coating. Cushions are fade, stain, and water resistant. And then I finish it with a headline. Then I finish it with quote, include headline, subtext, icons, and logo. Be creative, end quote. That's the structure I specifically use, enough to give direction, but open enough to let AI explore. The more you practice writing these prompts like this, the better your outputs could get. Step 5. Finish everything in Adobe Photoshop. This is the most important step, and it's where a lot of people stop short or feel compelled to really stop. Once I've picked up the concept I want to work from, I rebuild it from scratch in Photoshop. I don't copy the AI output, I only use it as reference. The headlines and subtitles, I type those myself using the text tool, the layout, spacing, colors, typography, all done by me. That's what removes the AI look. That's the human touch that makes the difference between something that looks generated and something that looks designed. For icons, I sometimes use AI prompts to generate those, but core composition is always mine. If you're just starting out, Canva works too. I used it for years, but Photoshop gives you more control, more precision, and more room to grow. If you're serious about your listings, it's worth learning. And one last thing, once your images are live, use Amazon's Manage Your Experiments feature in Seller Central to A/B test your main image. You can run 2 versions and let Amazon data tell you which one actually gets more clicks. It's a powerful tool, and most sellers never use it. Before I wrap up, I want to say something about how you think about all of this. AI is really moving fast. It can do things in seconds that used to take hours. I get why that's unsettling for a lot of people in creative fields. But here's the thing, AI is a tool. But AI is a tool, and like any tool, what matters is who's using it and how. For me, I use AI to do the heavy lifting on the planning side, figuring out what to highlight, what the layout could look like, what direction to take. Then I bring my own eye and my own skills into Photoshop to make it actually good. That combination is what separates a listing that looks generic from one that actually converts and sells. At the end of the day, the goal is simple. Does your image make someone stop scrolling and click? That's it. And this workflow is built around getting you there. So that's the full process. Competitor research with Helium 10, building your concept in ChatGPT, generating with Gemini and Firefly, and finishing it with Photoshop. That's what's been working for me, and I hope it works for you too. If you have any questions about the tools, the prompts, the specs, getting started in Photoshop, anything, drop them in the comment section box below. I'll read every single one, and if this is helpful for you, a like and subscribe goes a long way. I'll be going deeper into different parts of this workflow in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned for those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.